Yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up. Watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hey, hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. It's Eagles talk live. It's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green. It's from your people. Eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Beat Cat Shelling. I take the dark job. Stats on them. Drop the facts on them. Spur take it and get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk, upon further review where we go over the previous Eagles game where our Philadelphia Eagles fell in defeat to the San Francisco 49ers. Had a chance to look at this game, and I'm sure my co-host joining me, Pat Sandlin, has done the same, and we have a lot to talk about. Besides that, it's Cowboys week. It is Cowboys week. Give it to me.
It sucks! Cowboys sucks!
So we'll also be talking about the Dallas Cowboys upcoming game against the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. But first, let's start this quarter.
You're now listening to the First Quarter.
All right, so you're looking at Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans. Yes, we are the show for you. We are you. We're just an extension of you on this screen right here. But we're going to, we share your thoughts. Hopefully, we share the same thoughts, and we're going to talk about our Philadelphia Eagles, and probably it's not going to be a glowing review because we lost last week. But we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So you know what time it is. Get your shots together. Today I'm still doing the Terramana, but I'm not doing 4 quarters because if you saw my social media, we wrapped on our movie last night, and I had a big night last night. So
Congratulations.
I'm going to take it. Thank you so much. I'm going to take it a little slow, but I am doing the Terramana Tequila by The Rock Johnson. And Pat, what are you doing?
You can times that by 2.
All right, so he's doing the Terramana too. Seems to be our drink of choice for the past few weeks. Like, we got to change up. We've been like going to. I'm never going to do this on air, but I got the 4 Roses, and I'm not doing that.
That's good. Paired with a nice cigar, brother.
Yeah, that's my cigar joint. But I do have the Ciroc Summer Wind Watermelon, though. I do have some of that. I might go to that next on game day. Maybe I'll do that on game day. All right, so everybody, get your drinks together. Let me know what you're drinking out there, and let's salute our Philadelphia Eagles as they prepare to face the Cow Turds. So down the hatch, Dallas sucks. 3, 2, 1. All right. First person in the room tonight is Christopher Burton, and he says he's first. How you guys know that? How you know that? I mean, no, because I only look at it from this platform, so I don't know. Like, what do you guys see? How do you guys know? I guess when you see your comment is the first one in there, you know you first.
Yeah.
All right, Quavo is second. JT is third. Sean thought he was second. So see, I'm curious to how you guys know that, because
I let you know Sean is a
thought he was
Cowgirls fan and he's tuning in.
Oh yeah,
that's my boy. That's my boy. But yeah, he is a Cowgirls fan. He's a fan of football.
Oh, you freaking Cow Turds fan! Yeah, you need to know. We give it to you on here. I had the unpleasant experience of being on set with a Cowboys fan for 3 weeks. And we just went at it every day. I mean, like, yo, F y'all, F y'all, F you, F y'all. Like, yo. So it's good to be amongst the Eagles brethren right here now, and not being around the Cow Turds fans. So Drexel says, good evening. What's up, Drex? Tony Burren from Down Under beat Dallas. Yes. Beat the hell out of Dallas. No, we don't want to beat Dallas. We want to beat the hell out. We want to beat Dallas down. That's one team. I want to win every week, but when we play the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm sure you guys agree with me, I don't want to win. I want to beat them down. That's what I want to do to them. I want to beat them down. Richard Boo, what's up, Eagles family? Greenville, South Carolina in the house. As we know, he always represents from South Carolina, and thank you for joining us. Linda is in the house. He says, we got We got Dallas fan trolling. You had undercover fan. You wouldn't catch me watching Dallas talk. Yeah, you right about that. You wouldn't never catch any of us doing that. Um,
I appreciate you, Sean.
my neighbor said he is
Hell.
back. Yeah. All right. In all, we do hate y'all. Don't get it twisted. We do hate y'all. But if you are going to come and help our ratings, we'll take it. You know what I'm saying? We'll take it. Karen's in there. He said Hurts 3 TDs. All right. So come on. Let's talk about the game Sunday before we get into trash the Cowboys and get into Cowboys week. Game Sunday was very disappointing. A very winnable game. We talked about it the other day. Poor play calling. Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
We have two things. We have two dynamics going on here. We have a second-year quarterback that we have to endure his growing pains as becoming a starting and hopefully a franchise quarterback. We have to endure the growing pains that he has to go through, and as he develops on the job, and we have a first-time play calling head coach who we have to endure his growing pains also. So those two things were big last week because Jalen Hurts did not have the as magnificent of a game as he had on the first week. He struggled a little bit, and Nick Sirianni didn't have a smooth play calling game as he had on the first week, so he struggled. So we had to endure growing pains from both our starting quarterback and our coach. Yeah. And we hope that they have gone and looked at the tape and made the improvements that they need to make. And Nick Sirianni, it doesn't seem like he needs to make a whole lot of adjustments, just some better play calling. He got a little too cute down there. This game would have been sealed had we scored after that 91-yard gain.
This game had the feel of us being up. Like it had a feel of us being up by 17-0, 21-3. It had that feel until that last drive in the second quarter before halftime when the 49ers actually put points on the board. It's like the score is 7-3.
Yes. After all that, and we didn't play bad.
We didn't play bad at all.
The defense came. Stout. Yeah, they were stout.
We only allowed one big play. The linebacker got to move. He got to move his feet. You got to be more active than that. But besides that, I mean, the rookie coach Sirianni is going to take some lumps this season. As a rookie coach, you're going to get beat up. You're going to make some bad calls. It's the natural progression of a head coach in the NFL. As a rookie head coach, you're not going to be perfect. I mean, we expect you to be perfect, but in reality, you're not going to be perfect. But some things you're going to learn better in the future to take those points. When you're down there, you can't score 3 times. Take those points.
But why couldn't we score 3? I mean, after those 3 shots, I mean, like not one of those calls should have been a run. Not one of those. Like
well, the first pass play, he actually had Zach Ertz open, but Hurts is. We can still say Jalen Hurts is a rookie too. His ability just to let the ball go, just to have confidence in his fastball is not there yet. And if he would just rip the ball straight to Ertz when he first came off that play action, he would have had a touchdown. But you know what? That's the natural progression in this game. The confidence will be built up from the quarterback. They will get better. And one thing I got to say, and I said this in the post-game show about Quez Watkins, we know he can take the top off the defense. But one thing about taking the top off the defense is not give them any leg, arm, or anything for them to catch up on you. So after you blow by him from that deep pass, keep your arms chucking for the end zone, baby.
Oh, I think he did.
No, he put his arm back there. He put his arm back to try to stiff arm. Grandma always said, don't give them nothing for them to pull you down with. If you buy him, run by him and keep going, baby.
All right. Well, that was a play that we still should have scored, though. I mean, like 3 times and nothing, no smash mouth football. Was too cute to me. You just pointed out one fact. You said he should have unfurled the fastball to Ertz, and it would have been a done deal then. One of the stats that I discovered over this week is that Hurts doesn't throw the ball in the middle of the field too often. So whatever is going on with that, whether it's not him not trusting his arm or his fastball, so to speak, he has to get past that because we have some nice tight ends that we can take advantage of the middle of the field if he can get past that. I mean, he doesn't throw the ball in the middle of the field very much. I mean, very little does he take advantage of the middle of the field.
Well, that's scheme. That's scheme. Scheme should have you guys crossers. You should have in and out routes. You should have deep dig routes. And like in actuality, there were a lot of plays that were left on that field. Like we say, we go back look at the tape, and you see there were a lot of plays left on the field. The deep ball that was underthrown to Devontae Smith, if you put it on the right shoulder, over his shoulder, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
This small stuff like that can change the outcome of a game is very important to understand early. So when you are being a competitor in and you're striving for the playoffs, you know that you got to be stronger on the deep pass. You got to be quicker on the quick release. You can't hesitate. You know, you look at these quarterbacks that we call top tier quarterbacks. They don't care that they're gunslingers and they might throw an interception. If there's a chance they can get this pass quickly to the receiver, they do it. Tom Brady does it. Aaron Rodgers does it. You have to have that mentality. You know what? Let this ball go and be a gunslinger for this team.
Yeah, I think that's a gunslinger mentality to a certain extent because I don't know if I consider either one of the quarterbacks you just named as gunslingers. Maybe Aaron Rodgers a little.
Aaron Rodgers is definitely a gunslinger.
Yeah, definitely a gunslinger.
Tom Brady early on, everything was quick. Everything was quick, either on the middle or outside to the running backs to the tight ends, real quick. You look at him now; he threads the needle.
Yeah, but like when I think of gunslinger, like in my book, it's the first person. If I open up the book and look at the definition of gunslinger, it's going to be a picture of Brett Favre right there.
And John Elway looking at him.
And John Elway, yeah. So these guys with that mentality, they would put it in tight windows a lot quicker than somebody who's not really a gunslinger. You know what I'm saying? Like they will take that. They trust their arm, to put it in those tight spaces and allow their receivers to make plays. And then Jalen has to get some of that. He has to get some of that where the player's not going to look open all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to throw it in a tight window and trust that your receiver is going to make a play. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So he has to have more confidence, I guess, in his arm and get a feel for that because he has one of the lowest percentages of throwing in the tight windows in the first 2 weeks of any quarterback out there. So sometimes you just got to put it up there and I know that there's a risk of turnover when you take that chance, but when you get a feel for it and a rapport with your receivers and trust them more is something that every good quarterback is able to do. Every time Aaron Rodgers throw the ball, don't think Devontae Adams is wide open. No, he puts it out there in tight spots, and he trusts that Devontae is going to go get it. And and that's what happens when you have a good quarterback and a outstanding wide receiver like that. And Jalen has to progress to that level of trusting his receivers and getting that feel and trusting his own arm and putting it out there. So
he had some beautiful throws this Saturday. The throw to Quez Watkins was a very deep. That deep ball was perfect. It was a perfect pass. Even the pass to Jalen Reagor, who should have been in bounds. You got to keep your feet in bounds. That pass was a perfect pass.
Yeah, it was.
So he don't get it wrong. We're not trying to rip Jalen. He has to look at this tape and say, you know what? I have to be better with my mechanics. I have to be quicker with my releases. I have to see my second read quickly, especially if my first read is covered. I got to be quick to go through your reads and make those splash passes. He's doing great getting out of the pocket and get those extra yards. But I mean, what's better, a 10-yard run or a 25-yard pass?
Right. Okay.
So.
Yeah. All right, let me go to some comments here, see what the people are saying. Who's that? Tony Burns says, Week 1 gave us optimism. Week 2 gave us reality. Rookies on the field and sideline means there will be mistakes, but I do believe the team is trending up. I totally agree with that. I do. Although I'm disappointed, don't get me wrong, with the expectations of this team going into the seasons by the experts and maybe even some of us, none of us expected Super Bowl this year or anything like that. But with that being said, I think we have been pleasantly surprised by the play of this Eagles team in the first 2 weeks, even in that loss. And I said it in pregame. I said this game is going to put people on notice, even if we lose. If we would have won, it definitely would have. The experts would have had to go rehuddle, you know what I mean, and reevaluate how they judged this team or saw this team. But even in a loss, I thought that it would be a loud statement, and I think that it still was. 17-11 was not bad against the San Francisco 49ers. Defensive struggle, and our defense only gave up 17 points. That's encouraging. Our defense has come to play 2 weeks in a row.
Yes. Our defense is for real. Our defensive front, even though Brandon Graham went down, our defensive front is real. Our linebackers need to get into a good rotation and a good headspace. But I just want to throw this out there. Last week, the Falcons put up 25 points against the defending NFL champions. So the week before that, they only put up 6 points. So this defense, I mean, take it for what you want. This defense is the real deal in this league right now, and it's going to be a tough task this week coming up on Monday night.
All right, Drexel said he didn't like covering 90 yards but couldn't score. None of us like that because I really look back on this game and I believe like that. If we score there, I think we win that game. I think, because
take them out their comfort zone.
Yeah, we take them out their comfort zone. They don't score that next drive because I think they scored on that next drive, if I'm not mistaken.
They didn't score on the next drive. I think it was one more punt after that. They scored.
Okay.
Because it was in the second half almost the end of the second half.
Okay. The second quarter.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think if we score there and we go up 10-0, I think that's a big turnaround of the game. But we didn't. We didn't even get the 3 points. It could have been 6-0. But it is what it is. We did lose 17-11, but a lot of positives to take out of this game. And it doesn't look like I didn't see anything like monumental that had to be tweaked. Like it was just like better execution, a little better play calling, and that's a game that we win. We win. So let's end this first quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We're coming to you on a special day because I wrapped on our film production, our movie production yesterday, so we wasn't able to come on. I was busy celebrating with the cast and crew. The movie will be called
You should have invited me out, man. You should have invited me out.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't know when we were, we don't start the celebration until after the last scene is shot, and we never have like a concrete time of when that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, but it did happen pretty early, like around 8-something, or maybe, no, it was before that. It was like maybe 7-something.
Oh, wow.
6 or 7-something, which is that was a short day for us yesterday, and that was good. We had a great celebration. So I wasn't able to do the show yesterday. So we're coming on at a special time, but we felt that since it's being Cowboys week, we had to come on. So we could not not come on this week without doing a preview of the Dallas Cowboys because it's Cowboys week, and you know how crazy we get over Cowboys week. So anyway, you're watching us as we talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I'm doing the Terramana, and Pat is doing the Terramana. So we're doing tequila. Let me know what you guys are doing out there as we start this second quarter. So everybody, we'll do a half shot, and this is it. Tapping out. All right, so here we go. So everybody, raise your glasses, raise your cups, raise whatever you have, and let's salute our Philadelphia Eagles as they go on to face the Dallas Cowboys this week. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
So I'll open up second quarter with, first of all, let me start the clock, with some comments from the crowd. And Leaky Leak said, I'm trying to be on this show. Leaky Leak, I hear you, Leak. We have certain times where we open up the gates and we allow people to try to join us. And nobody has tried. Nobody tries to come on air with us live. Only requirements we ask is that you are in a quiet environment and you have good lighting.
And you
good
take
lighting.
shots.
And you take shots. But this is not one of those. This is not that show today, Leak. But keep tuning in because it happens from time to time, and we love to have you on. Come on, talk football with us. All right, Drexel Davis says didn't like cover. Oh, I put that up there. Karen says need to use our tight ends. I agree with that, and that covers the middle of the field type of thing that I'm talking about. He definitely needs to utilize that, and I got a sense that he's going to do that this week because Sirianni seems to be a guy, and we'll find out, that makes good adjustments after he realizes what his mistakes are. So we'll find out definitely on Monday night if he makes those adjustments, especially in his play calling. And we come out and we do some things different on Monday night. Ricky Long, we need to get Goddard more involved. I agree with that. It goes along with taking advantage of the middle of the field again. Karen also says, I see Hurts having to scramble like Wentz had to, but I don't know if he has to.
Yeah.
As much as he is prone to, like that's his first instinct is to run. I think he just has to get comfortable with like, yo, you got to stay back there a little longer and look at the field before you decide to pull it down and run.
Yeah.
All right.
Right now he's running to set up. He's not running to set up a play. He's running to get yards.
Right.
You go look at Russell Wilson, who's a carbon copy. You know, Russell runs to actually set up a pass. He scrambles to set up a pass. If he follows that a little bit, not to a T, but follows that a little bit, he'll find out that things are wide open for the team. Become wide open for the team.
Oh, all right. Quavo's drinking Casamigos. Yo, this is the new joint. This Casamigos. I mean. This is margaritas. He's doing margarita. All right, but no, this is it. Terramana.
Yeah, you gotta do Terramana.
Stop
man.
it.
You gotta do Terramana.
Don't do Terramana. I'm telling you.
Listen.
Mel says, "Cheers, going easy night, American honey and a stogie." Yo, I'm going to get back on my stogie. I was in the middle of a stogie before we came on air. I had to put it out, and I'll pick it back up afterwards. I don't like to do that, but anyway. All right. So Leaky Leak says, not only did we not score on that 91-yard drive, we gave up that big play to Debo because he was covered by a linebacker. Yeah. Excuse me. Mel says all excuses out the window this week, Dallas week. You're right.
Definitely.
Some throws, and Leak is he's referring to Hurts, but he says some throws look effortless, and some look painful. Yeah, it's definitely
it's the mechanics in the feet. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Some people can throw off any foot. Excuse me. Some people can throw off any foot. Others, they really need to set themselves. From what I see with Jalen Hurts, he needs to set himself and have the proper mechanics to make some of these effortless throws. You know, the painful ones come when he's like not on top of his mechanics.
Right, and that's what and that's the key. I think I might have said it in post game, but he has to get to a point where he is not thinking. Like he said, this is like his first year of being really coached. Like, no knock on the previous regime, but let's think about it. Like he didn't start until late in the season, so he wasn't getting those first team reps, and probably he wasn't getting as much attention as the starting quarterback gets, being the number 2. So now this is his first year where he has a coaching staff. And I think we can all agree that this coaching staff is better at developing players. Even in 3 games, this coaching staff seems to be better at developing players. So they're doing a lot more teaching and things of that nature. So Jalen, he had to go in. He had to get his mechanics right. They talked about his footwork. He had to get his footwork together and stuff like that. And I think that he's still in a mode of thinking about some things. You know what I'm saying? So he might be thinking a little bit too much. And you know how it is when you're playing any kind of sport. You want to get to the point where everything is just second nature. You're not thinking about what I need. It's just a reaction, and it's natural. And I don't think he's there yet. But the good thing is that he has that work ethic that he is going to definitely work on that. And he's willing to do those things. So hopefully we see some improvement in that area this week. All right, some more. Floyd says we need to cut Barnett. What?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We need to cut Barnett and Kerrigan. No pass rush from them at all.
We can't cut them.
Cut them, Floyd. Damn, Floyd. Right? We in the 3rd week. Where are we going to get? We can't cut them, Floyd.
We just lost BG. We can't.
Yeah, we can't cut anybody. But I feel you. Like that's that's a real Philly fan. We like, yo, like get that motherfucker out of here. Like,
Yo,
yo,
hold on. Before
this
you go to
dude need to
D-Rock,
go.
go to Christopher Burton's comment to Leaky.
What do he say? Oh, leaky leak. Don't do it. Take it from me. Don't do the show. Oh yeah. Leaky leak. Yeah, he's speaking from experience, Leak. We had Christopher Burton on as a guest shot taker one night because I wasn't drinking, so we had this little thing where we had random fans come on and serve as my guest shot taker since I wasn't drinking that much, and Christopher Burton was one of them. And by the end of the show, he was toasted. He was blasted. He was chopped. Whatever adjective you want to use, he was done. Christopher Burton was doing extra shots. We wasn't even doing. He was doing shots when there was, shots was over. Like, yo, he still wanted to do shots. But Leaky Lee says, I feel like the talk. I feel like the talk on Hurts is a little much, though. Coaching is getting a big pass this week. People noticed it, but are rather focused on Hurts. Yeah, no, I'm not blaming Hurts this week. I mean, he didn't have an outstanding week, but some of the play calling might have attributed to that. So I can't put all the blame on Hurts. I would probably put more of the blame on Sirianni than Hurts. But Hurts would be second, though. I would probably put him up second.
You go back to that D-Rock, yeah.
Losing BG on defense is going to hurt. Hopefully, Kerrigan can do the job, or Milton Williams if they can spare Milton on the outside because
Teron Jackson
or Teron Jackson, but Teron hasn't had that heat coming out of training camp like Milton Williams was, and some of the talk was that they not only were impressed by his ability to get in the backfield and be a disruptor, but also how good he was playing on the end because they cross-train on the Eagles in the Eagles practices. They cross-train everybody. So they had Milton Williams at playing DN a lot in the preseason, and maybe we need to revisit that since BG is down and this guy, they said he did such a wonderful job in training camp. I know that leaves us thin at D tackle, but we got to do whatever we got to do.
They said, like you said, they said that Milton Williams could play all up the line. He has the ability to play from the one technique already out to a stand-up defensive end if need be. He has that ability. He's athletic. He's flexible, and he has the power to do that. So that's somebody that can come in there and be an outstanding replacement for Brandon Graham. Don't get it twisted. There is no replacement right now for Brandon Graham. Ryan Kerrigan needs to step up. Derek Barnett needs to step up. Josh Sweat needs to come alive. These guys need to really step up in the absence of Brandon Graham. And Brandon being the professional that he is, he said he's going to be around for these guys to give them wise counsel and provide help and assistance so they can be the best player they can be. That's a great teammate right there, man.
Yeah, I mean, BG is he is the heart and soul of that defense, man. He brings a lot of energy, a lot of trash talking, as we know, and I hope that they can fill that void that he's going to leave as a leader on the field. And we don't need him. We don't need the next person to be BG as far as a leader and a trash talker and all that. But we do need them to just do their job. Just do their job and call and get some sacks, disrupt. Be tight against the run and all that. Just do your job. That's what we need. Next man up mentality in this situation with BG going down. I know it's a blow, but even bigger blow. Let's talk about this. Is Mailata may not play on Sunday. Now that's bigger, I think, than BG because I think that we have. If they're not BG, of course, because they're not starting, but I think we have better talent backing up BG than we have backing up Mailata because now we got to see Andre Dillard, and I am afraid of that. I'm afraid of that, especially if he has to go up against Parsons because Parsons last week showed that he can be a beast in that pass rusher role. They moved him from linebacker to DN because they lost, what's his name, DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, and D-Law is gone, so.
And he wrecked havoc, yo.
Yeah, they brought back Randy Gregory came back. D-Law is out though. Parson has that motor, a young man motor, that what we call. and it would have been a heck of a one-on-one with him and Milata. But you know what? Dillard needs to step up. Needs to show the people why he's number one pick, why he can be valuable to this team.
Oh, so now it's my fault. JT. Hell no. Dante made us take 2 shots per quarter. Hold up, JT. Was he on that same? He wasn't on that show, was he?
He when
Oh,
we did
yeah,
our
he might have
live
been.
when we did our live.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yo, even though Chris says, even
No,
though
he was
BG.
on that show. Yes, he
Oh,
was
yeah,
on
he
that show.
was.
Yes.
But he was all right. But JT was okay.
No,
Oh,
he wasn't
yeah, I
because
might have
he
did. I
called me.
might have did that. Yeah, I
He
did.
called
I
me
might have did that.
afterwards.
Yeah. Because yeah, I was like a mad scientist that day. I wasn't doing shots, so I was like, yo, we gonna do double shots today, because I wasn't doing them. So it was easy for me to call it, and they did. And yeah, it was a funny show. It was a very funny show, but entertaining. Chris Burton says, even though BG is down, we don't need another BG. We need them to be the best version of themselves. I agree with that. Just do your job and be the best version of yourself. And like you said, Pat, we need our newly signed DN to actually earn that pay. And that is one Josh Sweat, who we heard so much about in the preseason and didn't play a lot of snaps this week. This is surprising because BG went down. We just gave him a contract, and he played the least amount of snaps than he played the previous week. So
Yeah.
I didn't get that. That kind of was a head scratcher to me. I don't know why.
More scheme wise. Jonathan Gannon said, you know what, he tried to rotate their guys in depending on what kind of offense the offense is coming out with. They came out with more heavy personnel. Sweat's more of a pass rusher than more of a guy that defends the run. So they went more like a heavy defensive front than they went more with the pass set. So that's why he got less snaps this game.
All right, well, we're going to why would you I mean, well, I understand the value of pass rushers, elite pass rushers, but why would you give a man money who you don't think is a good all-around player? And don't get me wrong, they didn't break the bank on the guy or anything like that. But
Well, that's
if
what
you're going to
happens
pay
when you
him,
have
play him.
when you have the defensive line rotation like we have. I mean, you can set it up for different situations, different scenarios, so you can have fresher people out there. You can do that. I mean, let's be honest. Our defense right now is a very good defense with that rotation going on. Can it be better? Hell yes. But you know what? I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. You know, it is what it is. We'll get better. These coaches are rookies. They're learning on the fly, and they're learning that, you know what, I gotta keep this player in. I gotta keep Sweating because no matter the down, he is a relentless to the ball carry into the quarterback. So we that's a learning experience right now going forward.
All right, okay. So Leaky Leak says, what I'm curious about is Micah Parsons going to have a better game than Josh Sweat and Barnett combined?
No, I'm telling you right now,
I don't
no.
think so.
He's a Penn State guy, but I think Joshua is going to go off today, on Monday night. I think he's going to go off, and I think Barnett always has decent games against the Cowgirls. He's always have decent games against the Cowgirls.
All right, so we need that. Not only do we need that, but that's a fair question to ask because, like we just talked about, Mailata not being in there, Parsons could go crazy against Dillard. We don't know. I mean, if Dillard and they said, Mailata didn't practice the past 2 days, but he's not completely ruled out yet. I don't think
he's not ruled. He's not completely ruled out. They said he might not play. There have been updates here and there, but until the team actually puts it out there and say he's out for the game, there's always a possibility that he may be fine. It's a knee sprain. He got rolled up in practice. I believe it was yesterday. So it's not serious. I think they already did the MRI, so it's not serious. It's just a knee sprain. But with those, you got to be cautious with these bigger type of guys. Just like with the news with Brandon Brooks, they put Brandon Brooks on a short-term IR, so he will be back this season to play.
All right, that's good to know. Brandon Brooks will be back. But I'm not as worried about his replacement as I am Mailata's replacement. And don't get it wrong, Landon Dickerson didn't have an outstanding game first game. He did not. But I attribute that more to the fact that he missed all of training camp. He had only been in practice for a week and a half, 2 weeks or so. So and so the communication and the and the familiarity with his line mates were not there on the first day. So I take a lot of stock in the fact that they put him in the game and they named him as the starter rather than going to somebody like Driscoll or Herberg, who has had a full training camp and experience as starting at guard. So that says a lot to me. I put a lot of stock in that they named Landon Dickerson. They threw him in there and they named him as the starter. So
When healthy and with practice under his belt, he is a very very good player. But we did in this quarter, and I'm itching for a shot.
okay, all right, we did end the quarter. All right, so let's start this third quarter, man. Um,
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, so you're listening to the third quarter of Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans, for Eagles fans, coming to you on a special edition Friday night, hopefully catching you guys before you go out. But if not, hopefully you'll catch this before Sunday or Monday night when we come on for pregame for the Dallas Eagles game. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. I'm just going to continue to sip on my Corona. Pat is going to do the shot, and he's doing Terramana. Let me know what you're doing out there. A couple people have, but let me know what you're doing. And here we go to our Philadelphia Eagles. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
That's good.
All right.
That's really really good.
That's really, really good. All right, so going into this game against the Dallas Cowboys.
The Cow turds.
The Cow turds, man. Admittedly, the Dallas Cowboys don't look bad. They look like they have a lot of offensive weapons. Played the Super Bowl champions very tight. Scored on them too. Put up some points last week and won, and they are now 1-1. So we are both 1-1. Dak is playing at a good level. He's playing like he hasn't missed a beat. Being back in there after a whole year being off.
3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I mean, yeah, he can have 60 attempts in a game, but if you're having turnovers and your team's losing, that means nothing. I want to be modest. I want to be friendly towards that game and say this is a game to show what we have. But again, it's the Cowgirls. I would never show that much respect to them. Now, yes, they did go head to head with Tampa Bay. They did show what they had on offense against Tampa Bay. But at the end of the day, the Falcons scored 25 points on them, and it was a close game almost to the end. So, that being said, they should have lost last week to the Chargers. If it wasn't for mistakes by Justin Herbert, they would be 0-2 right now, desperate for a win. They don't. There's a lot of things that they're missing. Their corner Diggs is going to be a very good corner in this league. We already talked about Parsons. But besides that, I think we definitely can dominate up front, man.
All right, so hopefully they can dominate up front because we're going to need that. Not only on the offensive line, but on the defensive line, we're going to need domination there also if we want to shut this team down. But again, the bright spot on this team is the defense. The defense looks good. They've done we're second in scoring defense in the league right now, only giving up 17 points last week. Yes, as bad as game as we had, it was, like I said, it was a winnable game. We could have just put a little bit more points on the board. That's an easy win. If we scoring at 90, I can't get over that. We just scoring that drive where we got 91 yards. That's just unacceptable. That cannot happen going forward. We got to get points out of that, even if it's the 3. But I think we could have got 6 out of it easily, but we did not. So hopefully Nick Sirianni will make the necessary adjustments where we are looking smooth again, and he has innovative plays. I mean, he has some creative plays and all that. Just it's about execution and teaching this team how to win, and that's what we didn't have. I don't think this team knew how to win that game on Sunday, and part of it is you can't overcome bad play calling. Sometimes you can't overcome bad play calling. But that is what this team is charged with in this rebuild or retool, whatever they want to call it. But with a new coach, a lot of young players and stuff like that. This team has to actually learn how to win. And I think they're on the right track there. I think that the coaching staff does a great job of preparing them. They had less penalties than they had the previous week. And I think that the only thing the defense is lacking to me is turnovers right now.
Yeah,
If we can
yeah,
get some turnovers,
definitely.
you know what I mean, and they practice for turnovers, but
Mhm.
we get a couple turnovers, we really on our way.
I,
And go ahead.
I hate to say this, but the strong point of this defense, believe it or not, even though we gave up one player of over 20 yards, is our defensive backfield.
Yeah, they
The
are both.
combination of Steve Nelson and Darius Slay. Darius Slay is playing up to the billing. Now he's going to go against some top notch receivers. Uh, Marty Cooper may be a game time decision with bruised wrist, but I mean this is a big game. You got to play, but we know how he is. He might play, he may not play. But anyway, you're going to get three good, or at least two good receivers in CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, and you got a ball. You got to turn when that gives you the opportunity to take the ball away. Take it away. We need those turnovers. We need our linebackers to get into their zones, to get to their man, and be very aware of Tony Pollard. Pollard is their hidden gem there because he's getting more touches than Zeke. He had over 100 yards rushing last week. He's a difference maker. He's more used than Zeke right now, but they're using that 1-2 combination with those two running backs. So we have to be on point this game this Monday.
I agree with that. Hemi Hand says, looking forward to Monday night game. Are you ready for some football? Hell yeah, we ready
Hell
for some football.
to the
We are
yeah.
ready because we have to avenge. It's nothing. It's a long week when you lose. When the Eagles lose, it's a very long week. So I'm looking forward to this team getting back on the field and hopefully redeeming themselves and getting the win over the dreaded Cow Turds, man. That would be so electric on Monday night to go down there and Nick Sirianni comes back and redeems himself after a week 2 loss to the San Francisco 49ers. That would be big. That would be big. So, and I think we can do it. Hemi Hayes also says, Mel Davis says, I don't even use any capital letters when mentioning these turds. he, he never puts no capital letters. All right, Quavo said, we're going to make Jerry kids eat this L. That's right. Eat that L. Leaky Leak. My key matchup is our receivers versus their DBs.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
big one matchup nobody talks about. This might be Devontae coming out game. Yeah, their secondary is not elite or
But
anything like
they
that.
have a very good cover corner in Tate Diggs. But Tate Diggs and Devontae Smith are former college teammates. They know each other, right? They know each other. So Devontae, if Tate Diggs knows Devontae knows Tate Diggs. He know how to get what he wants. Yes, the key matchup will be our wide receivers against their D backs, but it's also going to be will we could be dominant running the ball against that front.
And we need to be. We need to
Yes, sir.
establish that run. I mean, I don't know what. Like I said, I think he got too cute when down there on the 1 yard line against the 49ers. Or maybe it was scheming. Maybe he didn't want to. He didn't want no parts of the interior defensive line of the 49ers, which is
Mhm.
understandable. But sometimes you got to run it even though they know it's going to be a run. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you got to get smash mouth on him, and he had none of that. He had none of the smash mouthness to punch it in down there on the 1 yard line. But what's the problem
You gotta sneak
with?
it, man. You gotta
Yeah,
sneak it.
you can
At least
sneak it
twice.
one time.
Twice.
Yeah,
Twice.
try it. We got to do that. We say that we have, and then we're great not to have a good offensive line. We say we have this great offensive line. Let these guys go to work. That's
Yeah.
where they get, you know what I mean? That's where they earn their money is going down there and getting a yard. We can't get a yard. Come on, Nick. I love you, man, but we got to do a little better
It
there.
is growing pains with the rookie head
Yeah.
coach and the whole rookie staff, and just learning what to do in different situations. If they have a stout middle of the field, you don't run in the middle of the field. If they have a stout outside, you run in the middle of the field. So it's just those keys. You got to understand that and make those adjustments during a game, in game. The 49ers realized they couldn't run up the middle against us. What they do, they started doing tall sweeps. They really started tossing the ball against
Right.
us. with a fullback leading. We couldn't stop it for a little bit, you know. So in those situations, those are in-game adjustments that a rookie coaches, tend not to have right away. Uh, later on down the road, after this game and after the next game, you might say, you know what, he might be better at it. Shoot, he might be better at in this game. But you have to make those in-game adjustments and be effective for your team.
Right. We have to make those adjustments, and hopefully we will make those adjustments this week. I'm eager. I'm eager to see what this team
Yep.
does on Monday night. I'm actually confident that we can win this game on Monday night. A little hesitant on Andre Dillard.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not. A
You're not the
little
only
hesitant
one.
there. I'm holding out hope that Mailata comes through and is able to play on Sunday. That's what I'm holding out hope on.
I know. I really want him to be 100%. He's going to be the future of our offensive line. I don't want him. I don't want us to rush him back so soon that he's not 100% from the knee sprain. If he's not feeling it, don't put him out there. That's why you got Andre Dillard right now. This is a long season, not 16 games, 17 game season.
Right, right.
So it's a long season. We need to make sure that he's healthy for the long run.
All right, yeah, all right. I'm with that. I'm with that. Let's not rush him back. Okay, I'll do that. Not worried about. Landon Dickerson though. I think that he's going
Yeah.
to have a better game than what he had last week. So I'm not worried about that as much as I'm worried about Andre Dillard on that left end, man. Because
Hmm.
that I think that's where Parson lines up, and as he showed last week, he's a problem as a defensive end. He's a dynamic linebacker, very athletic, plays downhill, a thumper, all that. But I was surprised to see that, not only can he do that, he can move to end and cause. He was like freaking LT out there the other day. That
Yeah,
boy was
he was definitely
yo.
killing it out there. It's just that drive that he has. I mean, I could see why Shellman wanted us to take him. Um, but you know what? We're a fine linebacker one of these days. I hope.
All right, so Mel Davis. Oh, Hemi says our receivers should have a good night burning the Dallas secondaries. I hope so. I really do. Mel Davis says, I know it's Michael Irvin, but he quoted a great point. A 4-yard run is way better than a 4-yard pass. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
You think
We
about
talk
it.
about
Four
that.
yards a catch.
Hmm.
4 yards a run is a good average. Four
Yeah.
yards a catch, though, is not. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get it. Um, by any means necessary. I hear the announcers always talking about, sometimes they do the swing pass or the screen pass, and it's just as good as a run
Hmm.
and all that. But it's I guess this it's the mentality behind it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a little different when you're running for 4 yards. You're actually grabbing the soul out of the
Hmm.
defense when you get it by grinding, ground and pound.
Hmm.
It's a little more demoralizing to the defense
It
when
is.
you're beating them up and getting and
It
4 yards
tire
in a cloud of dust.
it tires you out. I tell you right now. You have these big guys leaning down on you all for 8 minute, 9 minute, 11 minute, 12 minute drive. You're tired. You have barely have any energy in you.
Oh my God, a guy bet his. All right, so Leaky Lee says, do anybody feel like we need to redeem ourselves even more in this Cowboys
Yes.
week? A
Yes.
guy bet his eyebrow last week, and we lose. Yeah, we lost. Barton, what's his name? Bart
Yeah,
Scott
Bart Scott. He got to
didn't
keep his
have to.
eyebrows. He got to
Yeah,
keep
he
his
got to keep his
eyebrows.
eyebrows,
Kind
man.
of pissed about that one.
Yeah, it is.
But you know what? The satisfying thing about it, I think this team is going to bounce back. I think we're going to come out there swinging for the fences. I think we're going to. Miles Sanders needs to touch the ball, either pass or run, at least 20 times a game. You give this guy the ability to affect the game in that aspect that opens up so many things up for you. Gainwell is going to be tremendous down the road. Once he get his footing on him and understand that instead of running with the hole, sometimes the holes open up on the backside. Take what you can because you're small, you're shifty. Take advantage of that. Um, and Sirianni needs to be better in his play call in this game.
All right, so that was the end of the third quarter. Let's start.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans, where we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I'm out. Pat's up. Pat's doing the Terramana. I know. I'll be back on Monday night. So everybody, let me know what you're drinking out there as we raise a toast to our Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to sip on my beer. Everybody down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
Dallas sucks. Yo, can I get a Dallas sucks from everybody out there? Yo, I forgot to tell y'all. Everybody, give me a Dallas sucks. Dallas
we gotta get some
sucks.
videos. We gotta get everybody to submit a video to.
I know, saying Dallas sucks. I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
We need
That
to
was
do
kinda
that. Nate.
cool.
We need to do that with all these other sites, all these other Eagles sites that web pages on Facebook. It's whatever. We all need to come together and get a big Dallas sucks.
Yes, Dallas sucks.
Come on,
This is
man.
big, man, because this
Eagles
is
Nation, man.
it's not going to be easy. I understand that. It's not going to be easy because it is a division rival, and not only division rival, our biggest rival. So it's not going to be easy. Those guys don't like us. We don't like them. So it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight on Monday night. But I feel confident that we can come out. You know what? My trust is in Nick Sirianni having a bounce back week.
Yes.
You know, seeing what we saw in the first week of the NFL season, albeit it was against the Atlanta Falcons, we saw that creativity, or we saw a glimpse of what we were hearing that was coming out of training camp. The winning 4 practice sessions against the opposing teams, and how we dominated with our offense and things like that. We saw a glimpse of that in the first week against the Atlanta Falcons. Last week, he had a hiccup. He had a setback. He regressed. I think he just got a little cute sometimes. And more than anything, that was just the growing pains of a new play caller, and he's going to figure it out, and he's going to be more consistent this week. I think he's a smart guy already. And I think that he's going to scheme us into a win next week. And those guys are going to go out there and they're going to execute better, because that was a big problem too. Some of his plays weren't all bad plays. Some plays were execution weren't there. So
Correct. And Landon Dickerson would tell you straight up, he played poorly. He actually said it in interviews. You know what? I don't play up to my standards. I sucked out there. And that's expected for like you said before. The first action since college football, like the middle of the year with Alabama. But now he should have his footing. We expect more from Landon. We're going to expect Andre Dillard to live up to that first round draft pick. Somebody said Andre Dillard is equal to JJ Arcega-Whiteside. That was actually pretty funny.
that's horrible. You don't want that comparison.
But these guys need to come in there. They need to come in there with fire in their eyes, fire in their bellies. They need to come in there with that. They say that dog mentality. Come out there and just take it out of their heart. Just take the game out of their heart. I mean, they do need to come out there and just do what Philadelphia Eagles do to cowgirls.
Yeah, we dog them. JT says we did at the Green Stinger. What we did at the Green Stinger, JT?
We was drinking a lot.
Oh yeah, we did.
I think that's the time that we had to stay at your crib.
Oh yeah. Yeah, one time, they had to stay over. One time, man, all right, I'm not gonna go.
No.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So the Rieger seems like a big chess piece. Hopefully, he is a big chess piece in this thing. We need Rieger. We need all our wide receivers. We have some speedy wide receivers. Now we need to take advantage of what they can do. And I'm still hearing great things about Devontae Smith. The opposing cornerbacks are saying, "No, this dude runs
he had
discipline. He runs great routes
double
for
coverage.
a rookie." Yeah,
they double covered him, a rookie. Then they brought the linebacker, so it was actually a triple coverage. They They got some respect for this young boy. So when they're
already.
doing that, like I said, Jalen Rager needs to come alive. Quez Watkins, even though he had over 100 yards, he only had 2 catches. He only had 2 catches. He needs the ball more in his hands to show the defense. You know what? If you double cover my boy, you can't double cover me.
Right.
If you double
Yeah.
cover me, Rager say, "Oh, y'all double covering them 2 guys. I'm gonna take advantage." You know,
I'm a eat, and that's the mentality that you have. If you have single coverage, I think that as a receiver, you got to think like, yo, this is easy.
yeah.
If I got single coverage, this should be easy. You know what I
And
mean? Like have confidence in your
yes,
ability to get some separation from one guy. I mean, I know it's hard to get. We're playing on the highest level of football, so I know those guys are not just going to lay down for you and
no,
all
definitely
that.
not. Definitely
But
not.
in a league where they double team the good wide receivers, it should be like it should feel like getting out of school at 12 o'clock if you only got one guy on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, make them pay for that. If they're gonna shift the coverage over to Devontae Smith and you got 1-on-1, it's almost like the D line. If Fletcher Cox is going to demand a double team, BG is like, yo, I gotta eat. If I'm getting single coverage because of my man Fletcher getting double, I gotta beat that guy 1-on-one.
But you know what? Fletcher said that to the 2 days ago. He said, uh, "I get double covered." Because Ike Reese asked him, he said, so do you feel gratitude that you can take on this double coverage and your guys can eat? He said, you know what? We're doing a job. I do my job. They got to do their job. If I get double coverage, that means you got to beat your man, and they have been beating their man. Shout out to Hargrave. Shout out to Ridgeway. Shout out to Milton. We're doing a Blanco too.
They're doing the Blanco, Mel.
But the thing about it is, now these coaches have to be bullies. They got to stop pleasing and try to get everybody playing time.
Right,
As much as I like Greg Ward, right, and I think he can be sure-handed. You need to have your 3 big-time receivers out there: Smith, Rager, and Quez Watkins, right? You need to have these guys out there because right now they put fear in defensive backs in the defensive coordinator's minds because any one of them can beat you deep. I heard somebody on the radio talking about how Devontae Smith is not fast. They never timed him for his speed. This dude don't have to be fast. His route running gets him wide open.
Yeah.
He was open so many times in that 49ers game. That one pass, I mean, it was obvious that Richard Sherman was holding him the whole game. But he's going to learn from that, right? He's going to learn that, you know what, I got to sell things a little bit more. We need to be bullish on this team with these guys, with these linebackers, with these wide receivers, with the running back. If they're cooking, keep them out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. But let's get to cooking. I mean, like they've only been simmering so far. We need to we need to get them cooking here.
They go cook. They go cook Monday night, baby.
All right, yeah, we need to cook. We need to turn up the heat on
Monday
that, yo.
night,
Y'all just been simmering. We need y'all to be at full boiled on Sunday. I mean, on Monday night, and that's something else, man. I have to wait an extra day to be able to see our Philadelphia Eagles, man. I like the excitement of being on prime time, but I hate the anticipation to have to wait an extra day because we coming off a loss. So that those 8 days are longer coming off a loss. Like
Yeah, it is.
like I would want them to play on Saturday after a loss or something like that. You know what I mean? I want to see them get right back to it. But yet we have to wait till Monday. So I understand.
As
how
much
the
as that
programming
sound
guys work.
logical, like for us fans, the human body can only
I know.
withstand so much pain during the course of a short week. So let them get this little break and get ready and get amped up for this game. I like that comment. You see that comment by Christopher? That he could be an aspect. You know, why not get the ball to JJ? He's gonna be the biggest guy on the field as a receiver versus a D-back on Sunday. I mean Monday.
Nope.
Yeah, he said nope.
Nope.
Right. Let me just shut that down.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's the top rated blocking wide receiver in the league. But
Hold up.
we need people that's going to get. We need wide receivers that's going to get separation and catch the ball. That's what we need. So I think we have our big 3 for the time being. If these guys continue to develop together and develop a repertoire or relationship, I mean, where they get that timing and that and that you know how it is when you got good communication, when you can, you know what I'm
Chemistry.
saying,
Yep.
between the good chemistry,
Mhm.
unspoken things like, yo,
Yeah.
if I do this, I'm going this way. The quarterback knows that because they played longer. We don't have enough of that. These guys are all young, but the good thing about it is they're all young together, so they can grow together. But are they on the same page after one training camp together? No, it's going to take a
Nah,
little
it's gonna
more
take
than
us
that.
time. It's
So
gonna take these. It's gonna take all these games this year to finally see. You know what? I can give you the hit knock. I can give you the hit fake on this defender, and you know where I'm gonna be at. You know where I'm gonna turn. I can see it a little bit that Jalen is trying to force things into Devontae Smith, and they're trying to build that chemistry there. But you got to realize you got some good receivers on the other ends. You got Rager is going to be with the ball in the hands. He could get you some yards. Quez Rockers definitely can get you some yards. So you got to be able to spread the ball around, but also get that relationship between you and those receivers, so you know what they're going to do when they blink.
yeah, so we're not going to give up all the tapes because we have to save some for the pregame on Monday night. But that was the end of the fourth quarter, so we are out of here. Thank you guys for joining us, man, on a Friday too, right before y'all go out and party. I know y'all get ready to go out and party, so we were the pregame to your party night. So we got you ready. Y'all should be ready to go out now for all the single people, which I am not. Go out there and do your thing. Pat. I like Pat because Pat's married now too, but him and his wife go out together. They just
I'm
be
a
like,
DJ.
yo,
What you expect?
yeah. So
I'm
they
out.
live a party life. You know what I'm saying?
It's the party night.
So it's Friday night. We even thank Pat for joining us because we know Pat have gigs on Friday. So Pat's about to, as soon as this thing goes off the air, he's boom out to a damn gig, and he's going to be partying. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. And make sure if you are not a follower of Eagles Talk on Facebook or YouTube, do so. Do that right now. Go to on Facebook. You're there now already, but go to our page, Eagles Talk. Go to our channel, Eagles Talk, and follow us. Subscribe. Help us out. You know what I mean? Get them numbers up. All right.
Yes, sir.
So have a great weekend. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a safe night as you party. And we'll see you guys on Monday night. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight, for my co-host, Pat Sandlin, and Nichelle in her absence. And let me say this. Congratulations to Nichelle, too. She made a top influencers. What was it? Top influencers over 30?
Let me pull it up while we here.
I forget. But she made a
Give
list
her
of New
her flowers,
Jersey.
but So Nichelle, founder of yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, she's
So she
doing
made
good.
like the top influential people over 30 in New Jersey. And she made the list. I hope I'm not saying this wrong. So I congratulate her. And she's doing boss bitch shit right now. So, we can't, she's not here tonight. But she will be here on Monday, man. So everybody enjoy your weekend. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see you guys Monday, an hour before kickoff.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him,